Go. Great. So welcome everyone. It's lovely to be with you. Lovely to feel your presence from various places in the world. Um, so for today's and this moment's happy hour, I wanted to invite us to engage with metta um, metta for the body. Metta for the body can be quite a powerful practice, engaging with metta, goodwill, appreciation, kindness for this body that we call ours, and yet it's not exactly ours. It's made up of so many causes and conditions um, that have made it so, and we can't, it's not exactly ours. And what I mean by that is that we don't completely have control over it. We can't say, okay, stop digesting now, or heal faster, or don't get sick, or whatever it is. We have limited control over this body. There's some, we take care of it, we hopefully appreciate it, we tend to it, and yet it's above and beyond. We take it to be ours, and yet it's above and beyond. So might be helpful sometimes with in our meditation, as I perhaps will guide and suggest tonight, is to see this body, this hardworking, amazing, miraculous body that breathes and digests and heals itself. When we get a paper cut, we wouldn't know how to do it. Um, but we consider it perhaps sometimes as not just as a friend, maybe sometimes having a hard time. They're doing their best and they're having a hard time. They're having challenges, perhaps. Um, and also as a beloved other. I'll say more about that through the meditation. I think that's all I want to say. I don't want to say more. There be more that will become, um, there will be more through the meditation that I will share. So let's just practice together. Let's do it. So I'd like to invite you all to arrive, settle in your bodies. Arriving here in this body, in this moment. Arriving with this body, this friend. Who's been working so hard, trying to support you. The immune system has been working so hard all day, keeping the pathogens out of its kingdom. Your heart, your muscle, your spleen, kidneys, all these amazing parts of the body. The tissue, the blood flowing, the bones, all these functions this amazing body has managed to perform today. Breathing, seeing, hearing, still doing that, hearing, sitting, speaking earlier, making words, cognizing, reading, Maybe sometimes we expect even more, just more. Oh, gosh, your back is hurting, dear body. Ah, expecting more, more and more. What if we set it all down? Set it all down. Let the body rest right now. It's okay, sweetheart. It's just okay to be, to just be, to rest and be, and feel appreciated. Inviting the body to relax, soften, just be. Letting the breath be soothing, comforting, nourishing this body. Let's let's go through the body with appreciation, with metta. We won't cover all the functions and all the miracles that this body is. But we'll touch into a few. Let the body be relaxed, soft, receiving appreciation, receiving being seen, known, instead of not liking its size or function or this or that it's aging or whatever it might be. Loving it just as it is. Loving it just as it is. Just as it is, this body. Starting from the top of the head. And we love our head. the top of the head. Actually, let's start with the hair, just as it is. Short, long, thin, brittle, bald, non existent. Can we love it just as it is? Appreciate this miracle of nature. Grows, regenerates, or not. And then the brain, however it functions, fast, slow, creative, appreciating, loving it just as it is. We often associate our mind in the West with our brain. Not a one-to-one mapping at all. But if you do, perhaps chastise yourself for a wandering mind. Can you love? Can you love the functioning of this amazing, miraculous piece of machinery? Just as it is. Love your body, your brain, just as it is. Thank you. Letting go of wanting more or different in this moment. Bring it all back, the wanting more different later. But right now, see what it feels like if you just let it go. If you let it go. Just love what is. Appreciate, deeply appreciate what is. Appreciating your eyes, a function of seeing. Whether they're getting weaker, they've gotten weaker, or they're sharp or not. Whether they're healthy or challenged. Loving these eyes just as they are. Metta. Wishing them well. Sense of goodwill. As if they were a beloved other. These amazing gifts this body is endowed with. Moving down your nose. The olfactory function. Strong, weak, non-existent, doesn't matter. Metta, metta, appreciation, wholeheartedness. your mouth, tongue tasting, your teeth, whether they're challenged, working well, need support, still appreciating what is. Maybe you had some food earlier today, you were able to taste it. Amazing. Or smell it. Amazing. The ears, the function of the ears, hearing, appreciating such a gift it is, and how your life would be different if it weren't here. Whether hearing, the ears are challenged, working well, the function is receding, doesn't matter. Or not here at all. Still loving what is, what is. Moving down your heart, your lungs, breathing, breathing air in, extracting oxygen, spreading it through the body, through the blood. Amazing. Thank you. So much that is working in your body, even if there are challenges. Wishing your heart well, wishing your lungs well, as if a beloved other. stomach, liver, kidneys, your microbiome, all these organisms that help you survive. We have a sense of appreciation, metta, kindness, gratitude for this body. Arms and hands. You've done so much today. Thank you. I appreciate you. I usually take you for granted, but not in this moment. May you be well. And moving down, kidneys, groin area, sit bones. Ah, so many amazing functions. Thank you, body. Upper legs, knees, lower legs and feet. Movement, ambulation. Walking, jogging, running, maybe. Balancing. As much as it's available. Appreciating legs, feet. Loving and wishing well. Sense of goodwill. for this body that is nature. It's born, it's from nature, it's nature. Appreciation for this body, my body as a whole. Both the parts and the totality. With each breath, wishing well. And we love and appreciate this body just as it is, having metta, kindness, goodwill, for the body is a stepping stone for having metta for ourselves. And we wish ourselves well, this being who is me. May I be safe, happy, healthy. May I have ease. May I be well. And as we bring this practice period to a close, spreading, sharing our goodwill, not just for this body, this being, this person who's me, but for all beings, those close, those near and far, wishing all beings well. May all beings be safe, happy, healthy, and have ease. May all beings, including myself, be free. Thank you for your practice. So, what we did tonight was turning our appreciation, our love, our metta towards the body, really appreciating, not taking for granted the various functions. Of course, there's so many, many more functions. And that as a way of appreciating, because sometimes, again, we have this attitude about the body when it's challenged or it's aging or sagging in a way of not liking it or hating it, or as if it's letting us down, this body, as if it's personal. But what if we completely turn that around into appreciation, into just love and appreciation for all these amazing functions, for what actually works, what has been working. It's profound, instead of turning into what's not working and what is a challenge and what's the problem. And this sense of appreciation, love, gratitude, metta for the body is a way in for metta for ourselves, which many folks find it difficult having goodwill for ourselves. But we start with the body, kind of, it's like a side door. We enter through the side door because maybe it's easier to have appreciation for our eyes. Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah, maybe I need glasses now, but yeah, it still works pretty amazing. And then as a doorway for metta for ourselves. So changing the settings in the chat. If you have any reflections that you like to share, you can type to in chat to everyone, or if it's private, you can just type to me and I'll read your reflection, but not your name. You can also raise your Zoom hand if you'd like to share an aha moment or a challenge or a question. One of you says, my body thanks you, Nikki. Your body is welcome. Reflections you like to share for your own benefit and benefit of others. Claire.
Hi, Nikki. I don't think you can see me. I had to change devices, and I think I'm just a picture on the screen. But I wanted to share because this is a topic that's been very important in my life. I have two family members who were severely disabled in accidents through no fault of their own, and have managed to not only survive but live very happy, productive lives. But they taught me to always be grateful for what I have, because I still ride a bike and I'm not young by any stretch. And I'm still an active cyclist. And I'm so grateful that I have been given this wonderful body that works very well for me. But I work hard at taking good care of it also. So I liked your topic very much because it rang very close to things that are important to me.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Claire. Thank you so much, and especially for also bringing in, but not just your own relationship, but also the relatives who've had very challenging bodies, who've been very challenged in their function, but they have been living very full lives. Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful.
exactly.
Great. Thank you for that, Claire. Yeah. Any other reflections or questions or complaints or anything? It's all welcome before we turn to small groups. Neil says it's better. Thanks for asking. Wait, that's probably, was that for me? That might have been for someone else. Whoops. Okay, no problem. Oh, no, that was a direct message. Also, never mind. It was in public. I hope you're better. I'm glad it's better, Neil. Whatever it is better. Okay, you're raising your hand now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this meditation. Someone asked me, I had a bad headache last night. I missed class. So they asked me how I was doing. Yeah, it was just, the concept that, whatever's not working well, is really doing its best anyhow. Even if it's feeling miserable, I've been having a lot of back problems in the past, I don't know, right, too long. But thinking, oh, I hate my back is really just so terrible, right? It just, right. And this thought of thinking, gee, my back's doing its best. I wish it could do better. It wishes it could do better too. What can I do to help it? It just makes life, so much, more pleasant. So, right. And this, I've had thoughts like that, and this meditation seemed to really foster those. It was really quite lovely.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Neil. Well said. It's, yeah, exactly. I couldn't say it better. Yeah. Thank you. And I'm glad your headache is better.
Of course.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah. One of you asks how to offer metta to those we hate. Well, metta is a gradual practice. So we start. It goes through concentric circles. So you start with someone that's easy for you to have metta for, and then yourself if that's more challenging. So someone who's easy, then yourself, then someone who is neutral, someone you don't neither like or dislike, you know very little about. maybe someone, barista at a coffee shop, etc. And then after you do the neutral category, then that becomes a stand-in, that it becomes easier then to move to people you dislike, because it's kind of a gradual, so you can't kind of just jump into doing metta for those years. So I suggested the person who asked that question do a little more gradual cultivation, and they're actually recorded guided meditations on audio Dharma. That's not the theme tonight for offering metta to those who are challenging. We don't say those we hate, but those we have challenges with. So please look at audiodharma.org and search under metta for those we have challenges with. And you will find many guided meditations that will support you. Another person asks, how is metta for the body related to reflection on repulsiveness of the body? I'll say very briefly. So there are practices of asubha in Pali, asubha. So it's translated as repulsiveness, but that's not a very helpful translation, actually. It's the not attractiveness, not because we often, look at the body of others. Usually it's like, oh, it's attractive and there's sexual energy, especially when it's inappropriate. So that practice really is a way for us to bring wisdom that, oh, it's just the body. It's just, oh yeah, it's just functional. It's just a functional body. That leg that, oh yeah, what a beautiful, it's just a functional body. It's just walking. And then there is more to it when you actually start to see if there's, again, more desire and more, if there's a lot of desire, then you start to see that, oh yeah, it's, the leg is made of skin and sinews and flesh and blood. You start to see it as its functionality in order to actually see, to kind of cure yourself of this infatuation you might be having with someone's body. So it's a very wholesome way. It's not just so that you start hating your body or other people's body. It's a very skillful, very clever, actually, set of practices, which I have practiced, actually. And offering metta to the body is a sense of appreciation for the functionality. It's again, it's not falling in love with its beauty. It's not that. So actually, these two practices go together quite well. And I can say a lot more. I can lecture on this for hours, but time is limited, and the time actually has come for us to transition to small groups. The person who asked that question, I hope that clarified it for you a little bit, and it was helpful. So you're welcome. So yeah, I'd like to invite us to engage in small groups with fellow practitioners. And something actually I was listening to this interview. It was on NPR about this. Yeah, it was about the Harvard adult study that has gone on since 1930. So it's almost like 90 years. Anyway, and the scientists have written a new book about what is the biggest measure of health or healthy, happy life. And it turns out to be, surprise, surprise, relationships. So here in Happy Hour, we have the opportunity for relationships in this next section to just relate, to have a conversation with another couple of fellow practitioners in the space. So I encourage you to engage. And the reflection for the small groups tonight is about the relationship to the body. How can we, how can you, how do you, how can you, how do you aspire to have a metta-filled relationship, especially with a part of your body that might be challenged, How can you love and support it instead of hating it and disliking it and pushing it, etc.? As Neil beautifully said, it is doing its best. So, as always, invited to maybe share a reflection, and then maybe you also hold space. Maybe when your turn comes, you say pass, and then the next person says something, and then the next person says something, and then it comes your turn. So each nugget, let it be short so that there's time and space for everyone to share something. And again, if your turn comes, you can just say pass, and the next time comes to you, maybe there's something you want to share. So, so with that, be kind to yourself. Be be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. All right, I'm going to open the rooms. Here we go. Okay, the rooms are closed. Everybody's back, and it is 7 o'clock. So let's dedicate the merit and close, honoring your time. I'll stay a couple of minutes after our cacophonous goodbye on Zoom if there are any reflections or questions you'd like to share. So thank you all again for your practice, for cultivating your heart for your own sake, the sake of all beings everywhere. May all beings be well. May all beings be free, including ourselves. Thanks, everyone. Be well. See you on Friday.